carbon footprint analysis of park visitors. Our supervisor is Mr. Wan. I'm Samantha as project manager.
And I'm PUTRI as a web designer.
I'm FAZLI as a data analysis.
I am SHAHIRAH as map designer.
I am SYAZWIN as database administrator. So now I will explain about the introduction. Basically, carbon footprint analysis measures the amount of greenhouse gases that release due to events, individual, organizations, and goods. Hence, in this project, we are responsible to analyze the carbon footprint at SIREH Park, where we are focusing more to carbon dioxide emission, which we will study the travel routes, transportation modes, and activities within the park. For the abstract, the project aims to quantify the carbon footprint and understand the contribution of visitors' activities to climate change. Hence, the data collected will be analyzed using surveys, interviews, and transportation data. The final output will be an illustrating map of carbon emission, distribution, and a web-based platform for public presentation. So basically, there is 3 project goals for carbon footprint analysis in SIREH Park. So the first one is to identify major source of emission, which is transportation, energy, and more. Secondly is map emission hotspot and website within the park. And lastly is to recommend strategies that can reduce the carbon footprint at SIREH Park.
Our study area covers the entire zone 1 of SIREH Park, which is 106 acres.
Okay, for the methodology, the first phase is we make a planning, which is we have a URF session with SIREH Park. The second is data acquisition. We make a site visit at SIREH Park and make an interview with a visitor there. The third is we make literature review to find information about electricity, vehicle and farm. After we make a site visit, we make a calculation for all the electricity and vehicle and also farm. The fourth phase is we make a generate heat map by QGIS. Number 5, we make a database development and also we make a development website for our project. And lastly is we make Gantt chart for make sure our project is in time and also we make a report. Okay. For data collection, we have first thing we make a site visit. We go there and find the what's make carbon emission from SIREH Park. Next is we interview the visitor at SIREH Park, which is we ask them using Google form. Next is we make a survey using spectrometer to detect the reflected of leaf. This is because we need to know how healthy the trees there. And lastly, we make a research paper to know about what is carbon emission, our formula, and about vegetation index. What we get from discussion at SIREH Park, based on the interview, the most of visitors are coming to SIREH Park is for exercise, which is 54%. The second is for activities, which is like TV or camping. The third is program or events, 14%, and lastly, they're going to cafe or restaurant, which is 7%. We make a calculation using for the carbon emission is energy consumption per building, which is power in kilowatts times time times 0.75 kg CO2 per kilowatt, which is the value of 0.775 kg CO2 per kilowatt. We take it from a global carbon emission for electricity. Next formula is for vehicle, which is gasoline consumed in liter times 2.3 kg CO2 per liter, which is also a global carbon emission. And lastly, for farm, which is brand consumptions times product emission plus transportation plus methane emission. Okay, for the simple ratio, we're using the formula that NIR divided by rate, which is NIR is near infrared divided by rate.
The SIREH Park, what we can see is that there are three highest carbon emission, which is at the parking lot, at the farm, and the cafe. This is the carbon footprint is over 20 kg CO2. So this is our bar graph, where we can see lamppost is the highest premier emission, which is 333.45 kg CO2, and the second one is cafe, 122.86 kg CO2, and the third is farm, which is 87.41 kg CO2. And the other factor include office, camping, motorcycle, van, and ATV.
This graph is showing the vegetation index of every specificity, calculating using configuration formula. The three species that show the highest SR is P14, king feet, which is 10.38, while the lowest SR is P13, Sanjia, which is 2.17. Higher SR value indicate healthier and denser vegetations. It enhances CO2 absorption and increase the carbon sequestration through photosynthesis, and thus reduce the carbon emission by acting as a carbon sink. While lower SR value indicates stress and less than vegetations, it decreases the CO2 absorption and reduces the carbon sequestration through photosynthesis and potential for increased CO2 emissions. For this heat map, the higher the simple ratio value, the darker the green color. The tree with the higher SR value is located near the parking lot, making it look darker, while the area within the forest area contain most of the species with lower SR value, so it enhances less CO2 absorption. However, if the vegetation is stressed, it will contribute to more carbon emissions.
Next, moving on to the recommendations. So, for long term, we would like to suggest SIREH to do plantation. Planting native trees and vegetation helps reduce the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, mitigating the cost of the carbon footprint of the plant. Next, we would like to suggest to use solar panels. Adding solar panels can reduce carbon footprints by harnessing renewable energy from the sun, offsetting electricity consumption. Next is add EV charging stations. Using electric vehicles can reduce the carbon footprint associated with transportation to and within the park, which emit fewer greenhouse gases than traditional vehicles. Next is provide a bus stop. Having a bus stop can encourage visitors to use public transportation, which typically emits fewer greenhouse gases per passenger mile compared to individual cars. Next, e-bike and e-scooter. Using e-bikes and e-scooter in SIREH helps reduce carbon footprints by emitting zero pollutants and promoting sustainable transportation. It also contributes to a more enjoyable visitor experience. And last but not least is SIREH Coffee Day, which implements SIREH Coffee Day to promote alternative transportation modes like walking, cycling, or public transit, reducing carbon emissions associated with public transportation. So, in conclusion, based on the comprehensive data collection and analysis conducted for the carbon footprint analysis project SIREH, it can be concluded that the overall carbon emissions associated with park activities are relatively low. The majority of visitor activities and park amenities exhibit minimal carbon footprint. So this is our reference and our QR website.